A new Halo Waypoint blog has just dropped talking about Halo Infinite. Now, most people are focusing on the matchmaking playlist updates that the blog talks about. You can see it here on the blog post. They talk about adding Team Slayer, Free-for-All, SWAT, and Fiesta, yada yada, but there's already hundreds of videos talking about this update. I'm actually more interested in this little tidbit of information they added in the middle of the blog. They decided to reveal the rank distribution of players in Halo Infinite. This is really significant because it shows people if they're playing above or below average. Not many games dive into this data, so let's take a deeper look and see why they're giving us this valuable information. Here it states, we received a ton of feedback, especially early in the beta, about CSR progression. We're planning a separate post that will dig deeper into some of the issues people are seeing, but wanted to briefly address two areas of feedback here: rank inflation and overall rank distribution. The distributions that we see for each of the free rank playlists over the past week are illustrated below. And here we see three fantastic graphs on what the average rank is for Open Queue, Solo Duo Controller, and Solo Duo Mouse and Keyboard. Now, we've seen a graph very similar to this regarding Halo Infinite ranked a bit earlier this month. This is the graph showing all players from Bronze 1 all the way to Onyx. And as you can see, there's hardly anyone in Bronze 1 all the way to Silver 2, but there's tons of people in Diamond 1, and there's tons of people in Onyx as well. A lot of people believe this was the genuine graph for rank distribution in Halo Infinite, but this is in fact not true. This is from the website Halo Tracker, and it only tracks people who have signed in on the website with their Xbox account. So if you're in Bronze 1, fear not, it won't show your data in this graph. This results in the data being quite biased because a lot of people that are good at the game are more likely to sign in. So when we look back at this official graph that 343 developers have released, we can see the rank distribution be a lot more even, with the majority of players in ranked Open Queue being in Platinum 1, and then a bit of a spike of players in Diamond 1 and Onyx. The reason for this is there's very little protection to stop you from going down a tier if you lose a couple of games, which makes people a little bit frightened to keep playing when they've hit their desired rank. This problem, however, only amplifies further when we look at more niche queues. So when we look at ranked Solo Duo Controller and ranked Solo Duo Mouse and Keyboard, we see a ton, if not the majority of people in Diamond 1. But let's return back to the article and see what the developers say about all of this. They state, one of our goals in the design of the CSR system is that the median CSR should be around Platinum 1. You may notice that Open Queue playlist is quite close to our goal, but Solo Duo playlists are skewed towards Diamond and Onyx. You may also notice two other things that are present in all three playlists. A decent sized spike at Diamond 1, this exists because Diamond 1 is the highest rank will grant to a player immediately after completing their 10 qualifying matches, so the extra players in Diamond 1 are players who would add to the high Diamond and Onyx columns if they continue to play more ranked and work their way up to higher levels of the CSR system. Then adding in brackets, but for now they've taken a break to do more social matchmaking or campaign. With the second point stating a smaller spike at Onyx 1500, this is a result of the aspects of the CSR algorithm that makes CSR progression slightly harder once people reach Onyx. Briefly jumping out the article here, I don't know if they have data suggesting that people are taking a break by playing more social matchmaking, let alone actually playing the campaign. I'd be surprised if they have that user data, but the general behavior when it comes to placement matches in ranking systems is that people will do their 10 placement matches and then never play ranked again until next season. This was such a common problem across multiple online ranking games that the decay feature had to be added to keep people playing ranked after their placement matches. A decaying system being that if you don't play ranked for a specific amount of days in a row, you start losing your score and start dropping down tier after tier. Overwatch was a big example of this and were very critical about people not playing for more than 3 days before their rank started to decay. League of Legends did a very similar approach as well for players in Diamond and above. But what changes are the 343 developers going to do to Halo Infinite's ranking system? They state in their final paragraph, we're working on adjustments to the CSR algorithm to shift the distribution to be more in line with our goals and your expectations, especially for solo/duo playlists. However, as we do that, we have to be careful not to make changes that will have a negative effect on players who have already achieved these higher than expected CSRs, so it may take some time. This is extremely obvious language that they're using here, and it's not some PR stunt. Essentially what they're saying here is they're going to do very little in terms of Season 1 ranking, but in Season 2, expect a huge change when you do your placement matches at the beginning of the season. My theories are, if they're going to add anything to Season 1, I do believe they'll add some sort of decaying system to people that place in Diamond 1 or above. That way, if people are just doing their placements and leaving, then they'll eventually decay back into Platinum. And I think this decaying system will be amplified even further if people reach Onyx. Onyx is an infinite system where you can keep climbing and there's no other tier to reach. So it makes sense for the decaying system to be even harsher if you're not playing Halo Infinite anymore. Not to mention, this is a great mechanic to get people to come back to Halo Infinite and keep playing. So if they're going to add anything, expect that in Season 1, but for Season 2, expect you not to place in Diamond after you do your placements. I think they've made it very clear that being able to achieve Diamond 1 as your highest tier in placements was a mistake. A lot of people hit that rank during their placements. Eckhart's Ladder actually did it, and a lot of people just ended up going back to social play or playing the campaign instead. I would not be surprised if they change this in Season 2, where the highest rank you can achieve is maybe Platinum 5 to Platinum 6. Diamond definitely feels like something you'll have to earn properly in the second season. So as you can see, a comparison of the rank distribution when people were looking at Halo Tracker and the rank distribution from official 343 developers. A very big stark difference here. A lot more people in bronze than they like to admit. The only type of data I wish I could have seen is I wanted to see how many PC players were in Onyx compared to controller players. An ongoing issue that a lot of people have talked about is how aim assist is extremely strong right now with controller players. For those who don't believe me, here's a graph of accuracy percentage between players who use mouse and keyboard to people who use controllers. A truly stark difference between players there. So that is data I would have loved to have seen. Maybe they'll reveal it down the line, who knows. But what this blog post does show me is that it's great to see that 343 is totally transparent with their data. I've seen a lot of game companies hide this type of information from you so that they'll amalgamate that data behind the scenes to prove a point that you might not necessarily agree with. Here it's out in the open for everyone to see, and I honestly love this transparency from 343, and I'd love to see more of it in the future. So thumbs up from me on that one. I hope you really enjoyed this informative video. I certainly loved looking into this myself. And my question of the day is to you guys, what rank did you get in your placement matches in Halo Infinite? For me personally, I got Silver 6, and I managed to claw all my way up to Diamond 1. Quite the redemption arc if I don't say so myself. But let me know your rank and your experience in ranked in the comments down below. I'll read all of them and I'll get back to some of you as well. But besides that guys, I've been Charlie, you've been watching EcksToo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care guys.